Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to the channel. You might have to turn your volume up a little bit for this one, as I don't want to be too loud because my daughter is sleeping nearby and I want to let my girl nap a little bit, okay, so I can have this moment with you guys. All right, so I did a pre-pull here, just kind of tapping into the energy and seeing what was going on. And we have the Two of Pentacles here as the first card, and the Two of Pentacles, it let me know, it gave me this energy of like being in limbo, feeling unsure. I don't know which way to go. I don't know how to move forward. I don't know how to reach my goals, because the Eight of Wands, it wants forward movement. It came out in reverse, and that let me know that that's the current energy, but we're focusing heavily on where we want to go, because essentially that's the only thing that's going to bring it into fruition. That's the only thing that's going to manifest it, focusing on what we want, not focusing on it so much that we smother the dream, we smother the goal, and we stop living our life, but focusing on it enough to give it the time, energy, and effort that it needs. Okay, so the Eight of Wands, Spirit told me to, even though it came out in reverse, turn it upright. And the Eight of Wands, it's all about forward movement. It's about progressing. And so the King of Wands was the next card, and the Five of Pentacles came out with it. I didn't take it, and I went to literally shuffle the cards, and it literally like fell out. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, again, is that confirmation energy, because the King of Wands is someone who is a leader. They are able to stand on their own. They're able to think for themselves. They are someone who's able to stand up for themselves. If everyone is walking one way, the King of Wands is not afraid to walk the other if they feel like that's what's in their best interest for themselves. So the King of Wands is not afraid to go against the grain, go against the crowd, to say, no, this is my own thoughts, these are my own opinions, and these are my own ways of doing things. The Five of Pentacles lets me know that you have not been giving much time to doing things the way you want to do things. You have not been giving much time to the life that you want, and I feel that you guys are very, very, very uninspired. You're very unmotivated right now, and I want to go into this King of Cups. This message may not be for everybody, but I definitely feel like it's for somebody here, because this King of Cups represents a person for me. They could have Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini energy. A Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be those few signs, but I don't know, if I'm talking to you, that may be important to you for some way. But this King of Cups energy lets me know, it feels this energy of missing, because I'm hearing this song like, I'm missing you, I'll find a way to get through. But I don't feel like this is someone who has passed away, because that song kind of, I think that's the meaning behind that. This feels like someone who is definitely alive, but Five of Pentacles, their presence is lacked in your life. For whatever reason, this is a season of separation. Maybe this is even missing or longing people that you don't even know, but just the type of people that you desire to have in your life. But I for sure feel like this King of Cups, someone knows who I'm talking about. There's a person that would inspire you a lot. This was a dear friend, someone who meant a lot to you. And there was some type of separation that happened, and I feel like you have not yet grieved that, or it's even this feeling of like wanting to reconcile, but knowing that now isn't the time. Okay, but maybe you didn't believe that it will ever happen, and Spirit wants you to know that now is not the time, but the separation is not permanent. And this does not have to be a relationship, you guys. And of course, Spirit will never ever point you back into something that is toxic or bad for you. So this is not a situation where things were toxic or bad. I just feel like, people cross paths, and then sometimes it's just simply not the best time, because some people, not everybody grows and matures at the same rate, and so it takes time. Okay, essentially it takes time, and Spirit wants you to know that about this person, about this friendship, about this family member. Could be a relationship for someone, but it takes time, and know that they're thinking of you too. Okay, so back to the overall message with this High Priestess. You do know what to do. The Two of Pentacles, like I said, in this energy of like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to make this happen. Yes, you do. It's just a little bit hard to stand up right now, but you know how to stand up. You just got to lift yourself up. You've done it before and you can always do it again. But this is the time to make a promise to yourself. When I stand up, I'll make sure I never fall down again. And of course, life is going to come with ups and downs. You can never avoid that. But it's like, I'm not going to allow when something gets me down, I'm not going to allow it to beat me up to the point that I fall into depression, I fall into anxiety, I get knocked off my goals, I forget my purpose. We're done with that, okay? Six of Wands is a card all about success. It's about recognition. And I feel like you are finally done with trying to be recognized by others. I feel like the season of life that you have currently been in and the lessons that you have been learning, it had something to do with no longer looking for approval or validation from others. And I also feel like a lot of things, like I said with that King of Cups, not allowing yourself to grieve is just simply reflection. Because when you grieve something, you allow yourself to look back, reflect back on it, and see the value that it added to your life, or maybe the value that it did not add to your life, the value or the value that it took away from your life. The Six of Wands is finally self-recognition, because when you finally recognize yourself and who you are and what you're capable of, you are going to glow in a way, you are going to inspire in a way that your mind will not even be able to wrap itself around. Okay? You got this. You know exactly what to do. You have the answers. The High Priestess is you. You have the answers. All right? So, okay, we're going to go here. We're going to pull some oracle cards, and then I'm going to let you guys go. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you're still here, you love me, and I loved you before you got here. So, hit that button, baby. Like as well. We have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. That's literally what we're saying, because you know what to do. I acknowledge my fear. That's that energy of sitting in limbo, sitting in anxiety. That's just you being afraid to try again. It's you being afraid to start again because you don't want to fail. You don't want to fail yourself, but that's up to you. You simply just have to be real with yourself this time. Make your goals real and obtainable day by day, making sure that you prioritize them. That's how you bring that life that you want into fruition. But I replace it with my insight of awareness. We literally just said you are the High Priestess. You are aware of what you have to do. You've done it before, or you've been preparing for this in some type of way already. It literally starts right now. It starts with you deciding, I'm not going to order dinner tonight. I'm going to go in there and cook whatever I got. I'm going to whip up something, and it's going to be really good because it came from my hands, from my kitchen. If your goal is to stop spending so much money on food, it literally starts with you just deciding, tonight I'm going to make myself dinner with whatever I got. If your goal is to get in the gym, that you prioritize it. Tonight, if you can go after work, if you have a sitter or whatever, or tomorrow, plan it in. If you can't get to the gym, home workouts. There's so many ways to make it happen. The opportunities are already in your now. You just have to recognize them. It's okay to be a little scared, but you have to decide, am I going to let this fear keep me here, or am I going to acknowledge this fear but also give it a go anyway? Okay. Okay. Skip. Thank you, Spirit. Did I drop one? I don't know. I thought so. I dropped one. We have Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. We're human. It happens to all of us, this human experience, ups and downs, good and bad, highs and lows. Show yourself some compassion and some grace. One day at a time. Again, just take your goals one day at a time and make them attainable. Don't schedule a 1 hour workout if you know you don't have time for 1 hour. If you have time for 30 minutes, schedule you a 30-minute workout. If you know that you're going to be working late, you're going to have a long day, maybe prepare your meals the day before so you're not rushing in the morning or walking out of the house with nothing, and now you have to order something because you're starving. you know exactly what to do, you're able to call yourself out. And that's great, because that means that you are aware. But with you calling yourself out, you then go and judge yourself when it's like, hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. You've got the power here. You can change it. When you call yourself out and you're able to be like, I'm recognizing this about myself. I'm doing too much. I'm spending too much. I'm focusing too much on other people's crap. I'm giving too much to drama, to gossip, whatever, When you're able to call yourself out about it, don't then go and be like, oh, you're so horrible, you're so weak, whatever. Because, like, no, baby. Now you could be like, all right, self, it's really time to mind your business. Let me stay out of this workplace drama, because this really don't have nothing to do with me, because I never care about this job that much. Okay, period. If it's somebody who wants to, if it's a family member getting on your nerves, you don't have to feed into just stay away from it, because it's not that serious. They see how they treated you, how they see it. You see it how you see it. They don't want to meet at common ground. They don't want to understand you. That's on them. You constantly telling yourself you're going to do something, you're going to start something, you're not letting yourself down, and then you go and judge yourself. It's just up to you to decide, you know what? I said I was going to do it, now I'm going to do it. Period. Okay? So let's get a couple of these, and then I'm going to let you guys go. This season of your life is labeled "Do It For You." Not looking for the comments, not looking for the validation, not looking for the approval. All of that is within. Oh, I love this. I love this. I say this so often. As above, so below. Manifestation. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. Manifesting. And we have salt with boundaries. Y'all, and you see how these are in order 40, 41? That's crazy. Okay. La 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 la. I'm going to read the guidebook. I had to grab it. I almost flipped over out of my chair, but no biggie. 40. Almost there. Boom. Okay. Keywords for as above, so below. Manifestation, confidence, cause and effect. Okay. What happens in one plane of existence affects the other. So if you start to take action in this realm, using the opportunities that is available to you, which is time and whatever resources are right in front of you, you are then going to see a return in your spiritual and your mental health as well. You're going to feel less confused. You're going to have less anxiety. You are going to feel more inspired and more motivated. Okay, I just wanted to say that. Okay. As above, so below is a common witch phrase meaning what happens in the cosmos is reflected in the material world and vice versa. The second half of the phrase is as within, so without, meaning your internal landscape is creating your external life, and what you experience in the world is also affecting you emotionally and spiritually. Okay, what we just say, clock it. It's not unlike the law of cause and effect, i.e., for every effect there is a cause. All of this means you have the power to shift your circumstances. The more you heal and grow your inner world, the more the outer world will reflect the light within. You can begin by being mindful of what you send out into the universe, knowing that in some way it will make its way back to you. And that by healing your own traumas, you are contributing to the healing of the shared consciousness. By choosing kindness, you are sending more love out in the world. And by believing in yourself and embracing your power, you unknowingly encourage others to do the same. Now is the time to act upon what is within your heart. Trusting that let's get it, girl. Trusting that as you take steps to work towards your goals, the universe will respond in kind and move mountains on your behalf. The collective will also move to support you, and people and resources. That's that Six of Wands energy. It's like when you see yourself, that's going to allow the world to see you. The collective will also move to support you, and people and resources will find their way to you as a direct result of your willingness to pursue your dreams. This card also serves as a card of abundance, and if your reading is about wealth, you may soon be the happy recipient of a financial windfall, or an opportunity may lead to significant financial growth. This is a fortuitous card. However, should this card fall from the deck and land in the reverse position, we're not going to talk about that because that's not what we're getting into. Okay? Period. As above and so below brings increased manifestation to power to all other cards. Take actions on your goal as soon as possible. Okay, period. And we're gonna read the final card. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Okay. We have salt, boundaries, protecting your energy. And we talked about that energy with like just being able to just block out the haters, whether it's family members, it's gossip at work, even if it's your own negative thoughts, making excuses. I don't want to even say negative thoughts. It's just because it's a lot of anxiety and fear. But again, you're in control of that. So when it's like that thought comes up, we should just order dinner tonight. This is what we're craving. This is what we want. In all reality, I don't need to spend the money. That's not in alignment with the health goals that I have for myself. So I'm going to make something. And then that's that. You have the power over those thoughts. Salt is one of the most important tools in a witch's cabinet and is often used to cast a circle of protection before performing a spell. Sprinkle salt around your home and along your windows and doors to keep negative energy out, and use it to clear harmful vibrations that are directed towards you. When salt comes into a reading, it is because you require protection and need to take steps to establish stronger boundaries. It is your responsibility to teach others how to respect your needs. You may hope others will intuitively know how to treat you, but remember that every being is experiencing their own hardships, lessons, and triggers. They may have blocks that prevent them instinctively recognizing boundaries that seem obvious to you. This is not an excuse to treat you poorly, but it is reason enough for you to speak up and communicate your needs, rather than expecting someone to guess. And of course, there are people who will push boundaries to the breaking point. Some may even do it intentionally. Standing firm, let them know they may push, but you will not break. Period. And this is saying to establish those boundaries along the way. Let people know, I'm not going to stand for this. I don't want to gossip with you. I don't want to go back and forth with you. I don't want to argue. I don't want to hear you speaking your negativity over my dreams, over my goals. So your boundary with them is no longer letting them know you like that. No longer letting them experience you like that. You're not going to share with them the awesome things, the amazing things that you're doing in your life. They're just going to have to watch as beautiful things happen for you and wonder like, oh my God, what are they even doing? Well, you would have known if you weren't a hater. You would have known if you knew how to shut your lips, but you don't. So that's on you. Okay. Do you guys hear my baby girl snoring back there? Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out. Again, make sure you guys thumbs up, subscribe if you have made it this far. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.